Well, of course, you need one to sit
Right,
on.
there we go. It has started. So, right. We're live, finally. Oh, Jesus. Took a no bad while. I'll get the live chat up on my phone.
Sorry.
Yes, Kelly squeaking like a mouse. Work of the day. Bit of a relaxing run round. Lovely Terrier Brighton. Some new 6-wheel coaches. Dear me.
If anyone wants to request any of my 3 engines, they can.
Yes. Why does he sound so bad?
I think she's just excited that she's got the new coaches.
I thought maybe a couple more catching or something.
I don't think so.
The kid's catching on like a pipe or something which Brighton Terrier. In improved engine green, which isn't green. Radial tank. This is like my favourite tank engine. Like in the world. Because it's stunning. But it's also just because it's a bargain like over. I've had this 2 years, I've had it a year. I've had it more than a year. I've had it 2 years. I think I've had it 2 years. This year. Which is a long time to have a loco. I will say.
Okay, so the Adams radial tank is going to get the garages now, is she?
Meaning like that. Little small loco.
Okay, sure. Even though I'm not keen on that sort of tank engine.
Nice Eve. A slight design issue with the Adams radial tank. Even though it is the Hornby one and it's better than the Oxford one, is that it has a tendency to possibly get slightly stuck on undulating track, so I will sort that out.
First live stream disaster of the day, huh?
It's not as much of a disaster as we could have. because we've had worse. But at the end of the day, this is only like this because it's Hornby's effing design not working properly. Right, go, Adam's radio. Yes, we're
Okay,
back.
start again.
There we go. Mine's have been slightly out of shot, that. It's like disaster. I'll move the camera so it's like in shot now if it happens again. Yeah. Good running well. Do like the Adam's radio though. And this is the preserved example. It's the Bluebell.
Well, yes, you do like your preserved engines,
I like pre-grouping as well.
of course.
Which is this?
Well, what would you say J94 saddle tank engine was? Which group does it belong to?
LNER. It's a jet.
LNER, okay.
Why has it stopped?
Hang on, don't fret.
Of all the reasons to stop.
Well, all she needed was a little nudge from me.
The electricity is stupid in this house.
What's that one you got? Oh, 1P.
No, that is the Adams.
Oh, Adams.
I'm looking when it was built.
Well, yeah, you're looking at the box. What am I thinking?
Stopped again.
Allow me.
There must be something wrong with the track over there. Right, wait until I get my hammer out.
Perhaps you ought to run her a little bit faster and she wouldn't stop so much.
It's the track. It's never the locomotive's fault. Who's good with them coaches? I'll probably run this with these coaches more than the Terriers. Because I run this more than the Terriers.
Ah, she didn't stop that time.
I know, I've fixed the track. No, I prefer, this is like, honestly, it's like my favourite tank engine. I don't think any tank engine will ever be my favourite more than this. Because it only cost me, it cost me 67 quid brand new for a pre-grouping, super detail.
Are you sure you don't need any more blue tack under there?
This track is effing stupid, I hate it. Stupid piece of crap. Railway isn't just a piece of rubbish. It's as bad as the network rail. Look at it slowing down there.
But she didn't stop.
It's massive current issue in this tiny part of the track.
Careful, she's coming round again.
No, she'll figure the track out herself, I think. The speed it went there. Just suddenly increased in speed.
I know you're looking forward to playing trains with me on my railway on the floor at some point.
I'll probably bring the Adams radio.
You can bring another one if you want. Whichever you choose. Because I know you've been saying how much you want to play with trains on my railway for a change. Pardon moi.
change the loco in a minute, but to be fair, this loco could just run around all day.
Is it?
What? I said it could just run around all day. I mean, the part of the track over there is playing up, but apart from that. It's all getting lifted soon anyway. And relayed, so that we can put the winter scene in.
Well, I must admit, I prefer to see the Terrier pulling those coaches, but it is up to you.
Right, there's one way to do this. What you do? Then you run in all locos that turn it off and turn it back on again. Solves everything. Right, so that's the Adams radial done.
Oh, by the way, I have got one personalised T-shirt already, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Put these coaches out of the way for now. They're still in there, aren't they? The football coaches.
I'm glad you like them.
Right, pop them there. If you need them. Again, later, I don't know.
LMS time, is it?
Yeah, with the bonus. Why not? Where's the brake? That one's the brake. No, that one's the brake. It's hard to tell which one the brake
Sometimes
is.
it's hard to tell, isn't it?
Especially when they've all got this many windows on the side. I have to do garden work.
Plus, there's the two that I gave you.
Yes, they're for the 4P there.
Ah.
These coaches are a little bit old for this logo, but it suits them so well.
Ah, the crab.
Yes, one of the newbies to the layout. I had it a few weeks.
She hasn't nipped you yet, then?
No. Gorgeous logo. My first mogul as well.
Is it?
My first mogul, yeah.
Well, wouldn't you like a GWR one to
I
match?
need a dapple one, but I'm gonna get a few.
Well, the Dapple one is still on sale. The Dapple Mogul was the first one, the first Dapple one I ever got.
I want Great Western green, but in the shirt button logo, because I hate the written Great Western.
Why? I think that's nice.
Because it's off centre.
Well, yeah.
It's very annoying. So I prefer shirt button because my 28 Deluxe has got it as well. That looks bad.
Oh.
And then I want an Aura khaki one as well.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Well, I must say your crab is nice.
And it's the super rare exclusive NRM one.
So I can gather. Well, as I say, don't let me touch it because I don't want to get nipped.
This is the one that's in the National Rail Museum.
Yeah.
In York. Look how good it looks with those coaches, Midland coaches.
It does match so good.
It matches really well.
You usually run those coaches with the Midland compound in the same
It came with the Midland compound, but the compound's in a very similar livery, so...
Does it matter?
No, I mean the coaches
Oh.
having the crab. To be fair, they wouldn't... Like the crab, I don't often run the Midland compound because of how much it's valued at.
Okay, fair
It's
enough.
worth too much money. It's like the Hush Hush, we don't run that much, even though it's spent like a lot of money on it because it's quite a valuable loco. It means too much to me to run it, you know what I mean? But then there's some locos that I love just to run because they're phenomenal and they run all the time. Like the Adams Radio's probably done the most mileage of any loco
Oh, right.
because it's ran that much.
Well, Dapple Foxcoat Manor, whom I crazily pre-ordered, cost just over £151.
So that's not too bad. Actually, that's pretty decent, isn't it?
Yeah.
They will put the prices up slightly for the new release ones, I think,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
did more than 130. Does it 135 or 145?
I don't know, I haven't seen that one.
It's on the website, so if you just go onto Dapple's
Yeah,
website,
I've still got the message on my mobile
Yeah.
phone. Yeah,
It comes
well,
up, 'cause
I
it's
won't be doing
exclusive.
that till next month.
Yeah, it's exclusive to the website though, so you can only get it from Depot themselves. So it's slightly more.
Is she the right colour?
Yes, it's BR line black. It comes up as soon as you go onto
Oh,
the thing. It
right,
just comes up with
okay.
them on it.
Well, okay, I will try and get her for you. I can't make any promises.
And then oh yeah, you've not seen the other one. Have you seen the Thompson 01?
Only on screen, I think.
You might have seen it slightly briefly because when you bought the Terrier.
Yeah, I think I did catch a brief glimpse, but I don't think I've seen the engine
We might do a bit of
properly.
freight. I
if you
think
know
we
what I
might do
mean.
a bit of freight in a bit. The Thompson 01's a nice loco actually. It's a loco I run a bit as well.
Is that your new favourite LMS engine, may I ask?
No.
No. Which is your true
No.
favourite out of the lot?
I can't. I wouldn't say. If you don't include the Midland compound in it, then yes, it's my favourite LMS loco.
Okay, fair enough.
The Midland compound is a Midland locomotive. It's not actually an LMS loco.
Well, yeah, I know what you
The
mean.
other, like, the other's the G2A. The G2A is LMWR, so
Yeah.
that's pre-grouping. So out of the 4P, that and the Ginty, that's my favourite by a long way. Like a long way.
And what if you had a Black 5?
That could still well do it as Black 5. Because it just looks sick. And it runs really well. And it's a Batman one. And the detail for the age of the loco is phenomenal. The cab is one of the best cabs I've ever seen on a Batman loco at this age. And it's just the lining, fantastic. I mean, the yellow on the wheels is what sets it off. I saw it for sale, right, in the morning.
And you really wanted it.
I grabbed my keys, jumped straight in the Mazda, and went and picked it up. It was literally going to go. I knew how quick it would sell, so I just took the camera and got it and drove around. In 20 minutes I owned it. I was like, that's mine.
Go get it.
Because I've wanted a crab for like years. Because I love the crab. I've always wanted one. But I'd always wanted to get 13,000 because it's the one that's got all the lining and it's the one that's at the NRM, and I just waited and waited, and I nearly bought 13098 a couple of years ago, and then 13098 came up for sale again, and I thought, right, I'll get one cheaper than this, come up for 93 quid, and I was like, I don't mind spending it. I was like, I don't mind spending the extra, and I got it. We got it out at hands, and it was right. It's literally brand new. It's almost completely new, brand new. And I was like, that's coming home with me, and it did. So that's why it's now in the collection, and one of very few LMS locos I actually have. But actually, I've got less Southern locos now than I have LMS because I've built the LMS collection for a little bit. So, like for example, this year I've got 2 LMS locos, just this year. I got one last year, which was the G2A. I got the G2A last year, part of the big 17 locos I accumulated in 12 months, which is a bit scary. But it is, if the Midland compound didn't exist in my collection, that would be my favourite. The Midland compound is the flagship of the LMS collection. It's the most expensive, it's the rarest. It's the one I actually run the least, probably.
Well, I know I haven't run City of Truro for a while. That's not because I feel she's too precious to run. No, I will give her a run. It's just that I had my newer engines to run first, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I have given Harvey the HST his first run on my railway.
Move the crab. Put the crab away. You're saying goodbye to Mr. Crab.
Crabby. You're not getting crabby yourself, are you?
It'll be probably my only crab as well, because I don't like them that much in the black. I like them in red.
You prefer them in maroon, right?
So nice, I know. Stunning. Right.
Well, I don't. Well,
I think you've seen the 4P.
I know you were. Your heart was melting towards my standard 4-tank engine.
I will get one at some point. I don't know when though. I don't know how I'm doing with colours. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Because I want my standards in different colours. So,
Well, one of the preserved standard 4-tank engines is actually in Brunswick Green.
I see. I don't know whether I want a standard 4 in green or whether it's a standard 3 in green. But I'm not bothered about the standard 4 tank and the standard 3 tank being the same colour.
Well, that's up to you.
It's more. I'm more bothered about the colour of the Ivert. If I'm getting an Ivert, I'm getting an Ivert in a standard 2. Or the Ivert to be different to a standard 2 colour. But, who to run next is the question.
One of mine, let's say.
I'll
Because
go-
I know you want to run your Foxcote Manor alongside my Hinton one.
I can't bother setting up a freight train. Unless we just run the Thompson 01 with coaches. I mean, there's no harm in that, is there? Have a passenger session.
Oh,
Nice little
I
one.
don't think I really did see that one close to.
The Thompson 01.
I do like it.
It looks like the Helgen Tango, but it's
It's not.
slightly better and way more
Yeah.
reliable. It's also very inexpensive. It's only 85 quid, which isn't a lot for Loco. In this day and age, definitely isn't. Stick it with some teaks, because why not?
Well, sure, she's an LNER engine, isn't she? So why not?
I nearly went up to pick up the other day, instead of the diesel.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick up, the 30XX, the ROD one,
Yeah.
but in the Great Western green.
Oh yeah.
Dead rare. And it's sold within like 10 minutes, so I was like,
Arr.
I'm not bothered about getting them in black, to be fair, because they're big freight locos, aren't they? At the end of the day.
Out of curiosity, which is your favourite, like, LNER livery on a steam engine?
They're all different, aren't they?
Yeah. My
Well,
favourite is apple green, I think.
I
Scotty.
think apple green suits certain locos. So, for example, a Thompson 01 in apple green, I'd probably buy one
Yeah.
because I think it would look sick, but I think it would look a bit daft as well. Right. So I don't think an A4 looks that good in apple green. Not compared to Garter
No.
or the purple or the silver, but certain locos look better in it. Like, for example, an A1 in Garter blue would probably look a bit stupid.
Yeah,
With red
but,
wheels.
well, BR blue would look a bit better.
BR blue doesn't look that good on A1s or A3s. I don't even think it looks that good on A4s.
Well, I think it suits Sir Nigel Gresley.
Do you know what livery suits really well? Like every loco.
Go on.
Completely plain wartime black like that. The A1s, like what Scotsman is.
Yeah.
The early ones, the A1s.
Yeah.
Like Lemberg, for example, looks fantastic in black. The A4s look so good in it. They look really good in it. I'm gonna get a black A4 and a black A1.
Oh,
What I
okay.
like.
Well, how many A4s do you want a collection of?
I've got two.
Yeah,
I want silver one, a black one.
to make 4.
Yeah, and then possibly Union of South Africa if I can find it. So that would make 5 if I can find Union of South Africa. But if not, then 4.
Well, I think for number 9, who's usually in Brunswick Green, I think your best bet off the top of my head might be eBay,
Yeah.
which is where I got my little 57XX
Yeah.
Spanier tank engine from, for £123 something.
The track is being so stupid. It's fine for one lap, and now that another loco's going on, it's just playing at the minute.
No request yet.
Been nobody in chat at all. Yeah, the Thompson 01 is a very nice locomotive. My first LNAR freight loco. Because
How come you're running her with coaches then if she's a freight engine?
coaches are cool.
Well-
and the wagons are stuck behind the prairie tank and the coaches, and I'd have to move the coaches to pull the freight out, and it's
Yeah, okay, I get it, I
a
get
bit
it.
of a faff, and I can't bother.
But let's do have a variety of rolling stock somehow. Because,
We will with some of the small. I might run some smaller tank engines or some stuff in it. But yeah, so we've got a P2, which I'm keeping the railroad one, but I might eventually get the new Prince of Wales. Then get a super detailed Great Northern Tendered Scotsman, the really early one, A1 version. Then a black A1. That'll probably be it. The A1s. Then obviously I don't need an A3 because I've got the railroad one.
yeah,
Then
well,
Tornado.
what about an A2 like Blue Peter?
Peppercorn A2. I want Blue Peter actually. I want the Blue Peter. Peppercorn A2. Peppercorn A1.
Yeah.
Tornado. And then A2-2 Edward Thompson. And then A2-3 Coquelin R.
Ah.
That's how it's going to work with the opposite.
Do you want Tornado only because I brought her the last time?
I'm going to get the super detail one in the Aberdonian train pack.
Ah.
So the super line in it.
Yeah,
Expensive
sure,
one.
sure.
The Hornby Dukes. I'm going to get that relatively soon actually, because that was my backup if the Blue Diesel wasn't available, which isn't, and it's annoying. Then the other main priority for next year is the diesels, unfortunately. Class 37 for definite.
The Growler.
Possibly a Peak.
Oh,
Peaks are cool. The really big ones, you know the 45s?
Yeah, yeah.
The Peaks are sick.
What about something like a, I can't believe I'm suggesting this, high neck, like what you see on the West Somerset Railway?
Could possibly.
Green
an
or
08.
blue?
I want a super detail 08.
08, yeah.
08's cool.
Yeah, the Shunter 08.
Yeah, the 08 Shunter.
Well, they've been seen in quite a few different colours. I mean, like there's
I want a
Intercity
bright.
Swallow,
I want a bright yellow one.
bright yellow.
Bright yellow, or I want a Batman one in Network Southeast.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Or both. Because it's really cool. Yeah, just a mix. I want some more diesels. Because I don't have enough. So. It's running well though, the Thompson 01, even though it has to suffer with track that's got different voltages going through, like it's faster there and it's slower there and it's faster here.
Sure. Well, I'm glad you're happy with the pair of coaches that I gave you.
Well, I've got the LNL ones now as well, so.
Yeah.
This loco actually runs all, I run this loco the most of those. Because what I do is I put a brake coach on, then them two, and then the two parcel vans, and then the rest of the sort of wagons, and then a cars van and make a parcel train with it. Looks quite cool.
Well, I know you've seen my real J94 post, and you've commented on the video as well, haven't you?
Yes.
So you're not jealous of that then?
What, the J94 ride?
Well, no, not that. Me
Oh.
getting a moment on the footplate.
No, I mean, I've been, tell you what, I went on the footplate of Flying Scotsman. Do you know the first time it ran?
Yeah.
It was built,
Yeah.
but rebuilt. You know when it was in the wartime black when it looked really sick. It looked so good in wartime black. With the NE tender at the East Lancashire Railway, I was on the footplate then. That was so long ago now. But
I didn't get to be on the footplate till the engine went to Llangollen in Brunswick Green.
4 days before I bought Mars, I was at Warrington Banquet, and Royal Scott was there. Was it Royal Scott or was it Scots Guardsman? I think it was Royal Scott. And I went on the footplate of that as well. And it was a mainline service as well.
Well, next year I'm going to be voluntary training to be an engine driver on the Cambrian Heritage Railway in Oswestry.
That's a fair way.
I know, but I can easily get there by bus. It takes just over an hour to get there from where I am. And it's worth it. Because the volunteers there, they're willing to help me live my dream. And they've also told me they could possibly borrow Foxcote Manor. Which is what I really want them to do.
They could borrow Foxy.
I do like that purple A4.
Oh, the coolest logo in the world, this.
Is it to you?
Yeah, it's boss. I love it. I've had it ages now. Is it
How often do you run it?
2 years this year? Very little. A lot less than I wish, if you know what I mean. Because it is like really stunning, and I do like it like a lot. I used to run it all the time, but take the logo off of that actually derailing the coaches.
Well, I held the carriage down so it wouldn't come off.
01 is going away. Nice loco, that Thompson 01. My first Thompson locomotive, because all the rest are Gresleys.
Oh, really?
It's my only Thompson loco, and my first, but also my only. For now, until I get an L1.
Yeah. That's the tank engine, isn't it?
So yes, the 264 in the green. I'm also eyeing up, you know the V1? Is it the V1 or the V3? Same logo basically, you know the 262
Yeah.
tank. The Batman have just released that again, but in LNER green, and it's like, why? I want it.
You gotta have it, right?
Because they've updated the mechanism, and the mechanism is brilliant.
Yeah.
5-pole motor, it's got bearings and everything, which is unusual for Batman loco that age, because normally terrible. How silent this loco is. Yeah, January is, I've had this loco 2 years in January, which is a long time.
Yeah.
Have a loco. Well, it's not, but it doesn't feel like I've had it that long.
Well, mind if I get off the subject?
Of A4s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know you've said on a few occasions that you want to come and play with trains on my railway.
Yeah.
When are you
I don't, well, it depends really, because I've got work now, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want you to go clashing when
Yeah.
you're working. I mean, when a day when you're free, when you don't have anything to do.
I'd have to let you know. But if we're going to do it, I'll probably tie it in with going to public land Rockland, because you're not far. I didn't realise how close you was.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a good excuse.
Because when I went to the mountain roads that time, that road was a piece of art, phenomenal. And we drove past Llangollen Railway. I actually drove past it on my way to you. I went over the bridge, had a diesel galley. So if they have a steam gala in the summer, I'll take the car, go on the railway or something, and then visit you on the way back, possibly. I'll work about, but it'll be next year, but it might be closer to the summer, but I don't know, because I don't know how it's going to work with the car, because there's a lot happening to it next year, so in terms of like restoration and stuff, so I'll be tied up with all of that as well.
Well, you could leave it till like the autumn.
Well, I'll have the car back then, so I could do it autumn, because the weather's still going to be nice, so.
Yeah. Well, as I say, don't do it near the summertime, because my railway will not be operating.
Yeah.
That's a definite. So
When do you restart running then?
well, I should have restarted in October this year, but because of my problems, I couldn't restart till this month.
So.
But I've got my
Yeah.
cooling pad now,
Yeah.
so I should be able to restart in October as normal. Fingers crossed.
So probably October is probably the best.
Yeah.
I
Because
don't
I know there's a half-term holiday
Possibly.
for a week at the very
Yeah,
end.
possibly this spring as well. I don't know. We'll work something out. I don't even know. I've not decided what low coat I'm going to bring. I might bring the purple A4.
Please do. Because I don't have an A4 anymore.
Because it's a nice loco, to be fair.
Well,
It's a
yeah,
good
but
wagon.
it's not that I didn't like the engine. Not that at all. Don't get that idea. It's just that my A4, Union of South Africa in Garter Blue, decided to stop running on me. So I had to give that one up, unfortunately. Then I had Flying Scotsman in her place. I accidentally crashed her and caused her motor to start. So now I've got the A1, the new build A1 Tornado in Scotty's place.
The loco just suddenly went into like 8th gear. It's the track. Look at the speed that's going down there. Shouldn't be doing that. It's continuing to go.
I think she trying to go at A4 speed proper.
I think it's cold. The electricity is absolutely knackered.
Don't think so.
Because that's the speed it should be running through the whole layout. Could be the fact it's on feedback and the feedback's getting confused.
Well, you can meet my much smaller collection of 20 engines, and I know you've already met my Thomas the Tank engine loot.
That's on non-feedback.
Ah,
So if it's doing it. Yeah, that's terrible.
but she's running well. I like her. Well, actually, no, better than that. I love her. Not as much as I love Foxcote Manor, but I do love the
Yeah,
A4.
that's on non-feedback, so. Better to be on feedback. Cat wouldn't call us on feedback. It states that the track's actually gone worse now that I've restarted the electricity.
You cleaned it before you started, right?
The track doesn't need cleaning, there's nothing wrong with it. It was cleaned not long ago. It just doesn't work. It's horrendous. It needs laying properly. It needs new controllers. I need DCC one.
What sort of new controller are you thinking of? Gauge
What they call
Master?
a Gauge Master.
Like what Sam has got?
Yeah, but I've got to keep the HM. I'm going to keep the HM and get a 2 Gauge Master.
Oh, right.
And then wire that one into the inside lines. Then I've got 3 lines that come on and cordless then. Because
Well.
only this line can run on cordless.
Oh, right.
Cordless motors.
Well,
Which is better
Sam
than
has got a 4-track.
So I can't afford the 4. I only need the 2.
Yeah, I understand that. So then you got.
Then
Two
I've got
on
that
one,
one.
two
There's
on
no
the other
wrong with
one.
that. So I can just wire that one to that.
Yeah.
And then that goes to that, and then that one automatically does that one. So all locos will run on the non-feedback, which they can anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then I'll run the Gauge Master to this, but I will probably use the Gauge Master all of the time.
You've got some Thomas the Tank Engine characters under there. Told me. Trackmaster told me, I'll bet.
Yeah, they're really old ones. Right, should we swap Walter over? This is a loco that you have to call he, because it's called Walter.
Oh, yeah, he.
And Walter is a male now.
Sorry, I'm so used to calling the engine she. Does that help?
I love these. This is the super detail Hornby one.
Yeah, so what's next?
Well, I do have a Railroad A4, which is Mallard.
If I can see her there.
Which does look very good also. But to be fair, do you know there's actually not much difference between the Railroad and the Railroad?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I persuaded you to buy that one,
some
didn't
slight
I?
detail discrepancies. But other than that, the bodies are actually identical. Like the tenders, it's got a Railroad tender, so it's actually still got the original sort of
Yeah.
stuff inside of it for the, with the high up coal for the
Yeah.
tender driven when they used to be. But then the actual body is the same that's on the Railways one, just with slight less detail. So make sure that my line is working.
Off she goes.
Just a little bit more Mallard speed.
Any favourite Great Western engines, the other end of the scale?
28 double X. The 2800 class is my favourite Great Western logo by a long way. I absolutely love them. I think they look phenomenal.
So, if you found yourself having a ride behind 3802, who is
well,
a bit bigger.
that's technically the same loco.
Yeah.
So the 3800 is almost identical, or the 2884 class for all the people with admirals.
So why is the 280 heavy freight engine your favourite out for the Great Western?
So it looks fantastic. It just looks incredible, and they're really successful. One of the most powerful locomotives ever made in Britain, and it's just like a normal freight loco. It's just boring. It's just like they're just built to pull freight, whereas that was just built but still implemented the pre-grouping beautiful designs that the Great Western were fitting to all their locos at that time. So, and it's pre-grouping. So another reason.
Okay. Well, do you think the Manners might come second?
No,
No?
I don't know what comes second. I wouldn't be able to decide. But
Oh. Well, I know I'm getting you into the Manners. Still no one there?
no, they're probably not busy.
Well, guess it's just you and me then.
People are watching later, probably. I don't mind. Just running some of the nice locos that we have. Mallard looks good though,
She is beautiful.
and this has got the balances as well.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one doesn't. It's a non-balance because.
Oh.
So what it'd basically be is Mallard has the balances in LNER livery. I would have the silver ones with the balances in LNER livery. The black ones are LNER black, but don't have balances. And then I've obviously got the BR experimental purple with the non-balances. But I think they look better with the balances.
Well, it's whatever floats your boat, isn't it?
But I like an A4. I just don't like A4s in BR blue. I just don't think they look good. I don't think they suit our LNER apple either. Weirdly.
Well, I'm sorry to have to argue, but I like Sir Nigel Gresley better in BR blue.
SNG in wartime black now. Oh my god, it looks so good. If they paint it, I'll be very unhappy.
Well, I'm hoping she'll go back into BR blue. It's been said that she will do.
But no, because they said they were going to do it immediately. But a lot of people have said that they like the way it looks. So much in the BR and the LNER black that they've said that they're going to keep it like that for a little bit longer. Because people have loved it.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, it's a matter of personal taste, isn't it?
Different as well. Well,
However,
it'd be nice to see a big blue
one of the
streak on
preserved
the
GWI engines is in BR blue, King Edward II.
I like the King in BR blue, I do. There's not many locos I actually like in BR blue, and there's not very many that I'll own in BR blue. Because, like, I don't like the A3s in it, and I don't really like the A4s in it. But I love the King in it. There's not very many other BR blue locos in general, is there? Like,
Well, Tornado did wear BR blue for a short time. I thought she looked good in it. What did you think?
I couldn't keep up because it's been in that many colours.
Yeah, I think her owners were having trouble trying to decide which colour they thought suited her best or something. I don't know. What do you think?
Whichever. I think it looks best in the apples, to be fair.
Like my model.
Yeah. What's absolutely staggering is that the Railroad A4 is heavier than the Railways one. You pick it up because once you've picked it up after you've picked so you pick the Railways one up, run it, and you're like, oh, that's nice. And then you pick the Railroad one up, which is the cheaper model, and then you pick it up and you're like, that's a lot heavier. And it's a good chunk of weight more, which is weird because it's a railroad model, so it shouldn't be heavier, but it is, which makes absolutely no sense. But it is what it is. I'll tell you what, I've not ran any of the Southerners for a long time. The Lord Nelson or the
Blackmore Vale.
which is still my favourite loco in the collection. Always will be.
Yes, of course, you've told me that a few times.
Always will be. There will be nothing that overthrows that loco.
Well,
'Cause I
you
don't
can
know it.
run one of your southern engines if you want to. I mean, I'm not arguing. This is your railway after all.
But Blackmore Vale is so nice. Who doesn't love a spam can?
Me.
Why do you not like spam cans? Yeah, but you don't hate spam cans though.
Well, I don't exactly detest them or anything. I don't like them because their barking isn't loud enough.
They're just wheel slip. That's all they do. They're
Well-
They're known for wheel slipping.
I know they weren't really designed to have the same sort of sharp bark that Foxcote Manor does, but you see, to me, if I heard Black Vormail now in real life,
Which you can't because it's not operational.
then even if she whistled, I would not take any notice of her.
Just look at the delivery.
I'm sorry, she's
Malachite-
not doing any favours for me,
Malachite green.
which I do not like.
How can you not like malachite green? Look at the Lord Nelson.
Well, yeah,
It
but
looks good on the Lord Nelson.
well, okay.
Or Sir Lamiel, who is also currently in malachite green.
I just don't like the colour as much as Brunswick or Great Western Green.
You know I like my wacky colours though.
I'm sorry, I do not love Southern at all.
I don't like the south. In terms of England, I don't like the south. The north is better.
But you love Southern
But I
region.
love southern engines. Which is really odd.
I don't like Southern steam engines, but I did love going to the Severn Valley Railway, which is my favourite preserved railway of all. Only because my dad used to take me there twice every month each year.
Just trying to fix this stupid stop.
Of course, when you come and visit me, I'll show you Rude Ashton Hall running with the proper Shakespeare Express coaches. How's that?
That's good. Just trying to fix this track. I can't believe how well it was. I've had this loco since, God, about 3 years in Feb. Scary that. Tell you what else, I've had 3 years in February, 28XX.
Yeah,
I have. 3 years. 3 years.
very good. I'm sorry, but I just don't like Southern engines.
I mean, there's a lot of Southern locos I wouldn't own. Probably a lot more Southern locos that I wouldn't own than there is of any others. But I would own a lot of Southern locos. Like when I because eventually when I've got like my own place and I get the big railway set up, which will be like really cool, it'll be boss. But each shelf is going to be for different regions. So we have an LNER shelf, a Southern Railway shelf, an LMS and a Great Western, right? The Southern shelf will be one of the longest in terms of the most locos.
I can imagine.
In fact, I nearly bought Tangmere the other week
Well, why didn't you?
because I bought the crap instead.
Oh,
In fact, if it's still available, I might get it soon. Don't know yet.
well, the real Tangmere is back at work.
I've not seen it. But it's a Battle of Britain instead of I think it's a Battle of Britain instead of a
West Country.
This is a West Country.
Yeah.
But they're almost identical. But and then I want the blue, the blue Streamline Merchant Navy.
Yeah, yeah.
As well. So I've got Malachite now, so Malachite's ticked off because I like the West Country and Malachite more than the Merchant Navy. I want a BR, BB or WC, doesn't matter which one. And then I want the blue Battle of Britain. And then I want a BR Green Merchant Navy rebuilt, the BR Blue Merchant Navy rebuilt, and then a rebuilt Battle of Britain / West Country in BR Green.
Oh,
That's basically what I want.
well.
So imagine that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 Southern Pacifics. 6. No need for 6. But
Well, okay. I admit I did enjoy a ride along the Settle and Carlisle line behind Merchant Navy engine British India line,
Oh, I love Bill.
which I didn't even know existed till I saw it that first time.
I just call it Bill. It's Bill. It's Bill and Campac because I can't bother pronouncing the whole names. And then GSN for general scene.
I'm sorry, but I just don't like a spam can.
GSN will be cool though, because they are turning that from rebuilt to built, from rebuilt to unrebuilt.
I'll
Opposite
decide that when I see one running on your railway.
What, a Merchant Navy?
Yeah.
Big one. But
Yeah.
the blue one's cool. Just the blue one's cool. The rebuilt one. No, the unrebuilt Merchant Navy in the blue is sick.
I'm sorry, you're
But
not
I want-
convincing
I
me.
want blue I want Campac in blue. Rebuilt. You know the one that Sam's got. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's got one of each. I'm so jealous because he's got a blue of each. I'm like, how can you?
Jealous, huh?
A bit of jealousy there because he's got a blue of each, but because I love that. I love both them.
What are you going to do now?
I don't know. Put these plumbers away because I won't need them.
Shall we have a bit of a good strain instead? Break things up a bit?
No, I can't be bothered.
You can't be bothered.
No, I can't be bothered.
So it's all passenger trains now, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. If fair enough.
I nearly attacked City Truro then. And then my favourite way.
You want the 28XX first?
Oh, it's beautiful.
That is a beautiful one.
It is a beautiful logo. It's the linkage as well, like the 280 configuration, just the way the linkage goes around.
Well,
And they're not that big. Like, look at the
No.
size of that, and then look at the average radial. It's not that much smaller because it's not a big logo.
well, since I haven't got a 280 on my railway in my collection, that's one of the engines you can bring along if you like.
I can't because it's DCC fitted, so I don't usually. It doesn't travel it. It runs on DC here
Yeah.
only because I haven't been able to afford a DCC controller, but because the thing is, Leadenhall's DCC fitted now because we had to repair it by hardwiring a DCC
Oh right.
chip to it. I'm gonna get one because then I can start getting DCC logos going forward. I would like eventually to get a sound logo, just one, just a sound logo, just to see what it's like.
Well, I don't know if she's still available, but if I asked you, could you possibly get the LNER J36 Maud with sound?
I might just get the J36 mod without, but I like that. I love that. That MBR brown is so cool. I'm getting that. Do you know what I want them to do?
What?
Do you know the J15?
Yes.
Do you know the GER dark blue? The one
Uh,
that the preserved J15
yes,
is in?
of course, I'm getting
Or
it.
is it like the Y14?
Yeah.
But it's the J15 in that blue. They do it in that livery. Oh, it's so good. Because the
You made up.
J15 is a gorgeous little logo. The biggest issue I've got with it is it just doesn't look good enough in the plain blacks it's available in.
Oh,
If they
right.
did it in the blue, oh, it was
You'd
stunning.
want it more.
Yeah, well, I'd want it anyway.
What is she going to be coupled up to? Those coaches?
Yes. See if she can manage before, which she should be able to, because it's a hefty little logo.
Well,
this.
Hey, she's a heavy freight engine. She should be able to manage them, shouldn't she? How about she goes the other way? We haul them tender first?
No, because the coupling doesn't work.
Oh.
Look.
Oh, I see.
There's
I see.
no way that can hold.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I do want. I've been looking at getting another one.
Which number?
I want a 2884 in black.
Oh, right.
So I do what it is slightly different,
Yeah,
obviously,
sure,
but I want a 2884 in BR black.
So, may I ask you what first attracted you to the 280 in Great
Always
Western?
like I've always loved them, and obviously you know I've had one before this. I
Yeah.
had the smoky tender-driven one, which I nearly bought it back because I still miss it 3 years later. I really-
You're missing it that much.
I do want one back, but they're just so impractical with the tender-driven, and it's not strong enough for a heavy freight loco. And I wanted the super detail one, so basically I gave it back to Hans. They were dead nice, and they said, "We'll knock the." They took it back off me for the price I paid, so it's 55 quid. They knocked that off the cost of this.
Oh,
so
right.
I put 45 quid to it, and so it was 100 quid DCC fitted, pretty much mint. I was like, yeah, but I just love them. I love the way they look, because I always say that Great Western locos, a lot of them are copy and pasted. They are very similar. The designs are similar, and even Great Western diehards will admit they're all quite similar. And I'm not that bothered about them, but there is a few one-hit wonders that they've done. Like, you know, the locos that they've just gone, right, let's just go crazy and just make the most beautiful thing in the world. Like Truro is one of them.
Yeah.
But I think that's their best loco that they've ever created, because it was the strongest locomotive in the world until the 9F, in Britain until the 9F came out. It looks better. It's just ludicrously good at everything. It's fantastic, and it just looks fantastic. And it's big grouping. 1905, this very loco was built in. It was scrapped though, which is sad.
That's 2 years after City of Truro came out.
Yeah, so amazingly, what I love about it is the fact that it's only 2 years younger than City Truro, but it looks like it was built in 1940s.
Does it?
No, I mean, look, if you put that next to a manor,
Yeah.
you wouldn't think that there's much of an age gap, but there's like 30 odd years of age gap, because the manors were out in the 30s, and
Yeah.
some of them in the 40s actually after BR, because some of them only spent their time in BR liveries.
Yeah.
I believe Foxcote was like that, and it was never painted into Great Western, was it? There was a handful that were. Was Foxy Great Western?
Foxcote Manor was never one to be painted in Great Western green, no. Her true colour is Brunswick green, the darker shade. Lime Brunswick green.
So that it came out in the mid 40s,
Yeah.
just after the nationalisation.
Yeah. She's in black now, but she will be turned back into green eventually, I'm sure.
Oh dear, this great coach is off. It's playing up. It's probably because I've messed with track.
Start again.
Hope it behaves itself. No, yeah.
Yes, I think so. I do remember on my second holiday on the Severn Valley Railway standing in the cab of 280-2857.
It's just there's loads in preservation, but there's very few that are operational. I think there's like one or two. Because one's at the Great Western Museum of Steam,
Yeah.
which I've seen. You've got. Why is it? The track's so.
Well,
bad.
3802 isn't running because she's still being put back together at the moment.
But they dismantled one because it was saved as part of the Barry 10. There's one that's never been restored. It's just a set of frames, bolts left of it because the boiler was removed. There's one being restored actually. I think it's a 2884 that's like going to a complete crawl.
Steady on. She said, put me down.
Flipping heck, this track is doing my head in.
I think your socks are nicer than mine. Mine are just plain purple.
I can't be doing this anymore.
Is everything okay?
No, because the track just doesn't work.
Oh.
It's just, why does it have to just be so sensitive to everything? Why can't you just put the track down and it work fine? Like everybody else's does.
Well, mine would take a 280, I'll bet. Because mine's more even.
I don't know why it just can't work. Why can't it just work like a normal railway? Why the loco has to just slow down to a crawl, learn, cut out, and then burn out and explode? I don't know.
Well, she wouldn't do that on my railway. Why don't you bring her along?
It is stunning though. And it is beautiful.
I'd like to see that 280 on my railway. Honest, I would.
But it is beautiful.
I mean, you said yourself, what's not to love about that thing?
It's just it's DCC chipped, and people have said to me, why didn't you put the blanking plate in? But I want to keep it DCC fitted, so that when I get a DCC controller, it'll run like super slow and run really
My
well.
railway will take DCC engines.
But it'll just run so well. But I don't want to take it anywhere because I like it too much.
Oh, fair enough. Well, the A4 is one that you want to bring along. I don't mind that. So, which other one do you think you're going to choose?
The details are phenomenal on it. Oh, the cab is unbelievable. I love that logo.
Looks like I'm never going to see a 280 on my railway.
You will, because if I get a 2884, I'll bring that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because that won't be DCC fitted. Or most likely won't be.
Yeah, because what I've got at the moment is 040s, the only 440 which is City of Truro, 060s, the 262 Mogul, well, 262 Prairie Tank engine rather, 260 Mogul, and well, I've got two 260 Moguls actually, because I've got the Great Western one and I've got the old
Oh, well, that's not going well.
Hornby Ivet Mogul, as you saw on this railway. Blossom, the noisiest one of all.
I mean, that's just. That's like crawling.
Not too badly. Maybe you should speed her up a bit. Just a touchy.
Okay, because that's like half speed.
Alright. I don't think she's used to the Lima coach attached to the other three Hornby ones. Well,
It's just the
that
track.
one, I think. There.
Shouldn't do is mess with the wires while you're running the loco.
So, what is it about the 94XX that you like?
The weight. It weighs so much. It's so heavy.
So, oh, okay, sure.
No, I'm joking. It's the first proper loco. Well, one of Batman's first proper locos where they actually could prove that they could make a loco that was good at everything. As well as looking good, it was mechanically good as well.
And to think you got that one from me.
I probably wouldn't have bought one if not.
I'll bet you're glad you've got 4 chocolate and green Mark 1 coaches now.
I'll have to sort this track out. It's there.
Of course, there is a new Day Out with Thomas video coming up on my channel. Whether you watch that or not is entirely up to you. And then I'll probably give Into Manor another run with the
I'll see.
blue and grey Mark 1 coaches I've got. Because I'm planning to do a kind of a Cambrian Coast Express run with her. Only it's going to have a spooky twist to it. I'm going to call it the Cambrian Ghost Express. What do you think?
Why is that so badly raised up?
When he sees it, probably Sam is going to be scared stiff. Because if there's one thing he's truly scared of, it's my ghost train requests. I'm surprised my ghost train ideas haven't scared you.
What I'm going to do, I'm just going to rip it up in a minute. Just relay it. Because that shouldn't be that high up.
No, it should be a bit lower down, shouldn't it?
I'm actually going to break the track if I press it down anymore. Done that once and took sleepers out.
Huh.
Done that once and took a sleeper out. Because I pressed it down so hard because it wouldn't work.
We're doing a live stream and nobody's watching. Careful, you're shaking her off. Be careful.
How slow it's going, it's on half speed. This is why the locos die, because the track just doesn't work. The loco's dead.
Oh, not quite dead. You just gave her a nudge and she moved.
Shouldn't have to give it a nudge though. At the end of the day, the loco isn't working because the track's just knackered. It's stopping over there now.
Are you sure you don't need to buy any new track?
It's just like screeched to a halt.
That
Off
wasn't
again.
that wasn't such a good idea, was it? Come on, you're gonna damage her at this rate. I didn't. That one's come off as well.
Just
Can you?
leave it. Just leave it. I'm gonna have to take the whole thing up and relay it, I think. It's off again. It stopped.
And started again.
Started again. Oh, stopped again.
This track is so flipping knackered.
Well, if you start messing about with it, she might run better. Still no one. Oof.
It's just not smooth, it's dead stuff.
The other engines run well over it, don't they?
No, it's been like this all day, but it's gone worse. I don't know how it could possibly go worse.
Well, none of my engines have problems.
But your track's not terrible. And like 400 years old, and not laid on some grass that's got like loads of air bubbles in it.
Well, maybe if you had track pins to pin it down properly, it would be a bit more even.
And also floorboards that are far too flexible as well. I mean, I'm holding it here and it's like actually not stopped yet. I did a full lap without stopping. With me holding it there.
Where's the bleeder? Now it's stopped. Now I'm not pressing it.
Not quite. She still wants to go. Oh, there you are. You made a move again.
Still
Go on, keep going, keep going, keep going. So, when are you going to bring the stream to a stop? 2 o'clock? Just past it?
when the track works.
We've had a very quiet live stream.
How am I going to make that work? Because I can't possibly make it work. Okay, the track's like really high up now.
Of course, I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse t-shirt today.
Okay, still do it.
And I have a Mickey and Minnie Mouse scarf. Doesn't exactly match, but it's Disney all the same.
Right, from there to there, it's going in the bin.
Well, now it's officially dead.
You've
No.
stopped her running.
It needs turning off because otherwise it'll burn out. See ya. It's the small controller. Just move the latch across. Small controller with the red knob.
Oh, yes.
There's a latch at the top. Just move it to its middle setting.
Oh, I see. How's that?
That's fine. So you do it. You just take the whole thing off. So now the track works.
All right.
Works better now with half a line.
Pardon me. Sorry about that. But, well, my engines have had a nice run.
Right, that'll do. Right, we'll probably stop this in a minute while I fetch some new track. I don't even know where the track is. What I'll do is I'll just swap it around. So what I'll do is pop it on in a different order. Should solve all things. Throwing it on the floor should solve it as well.
So what do you intend to do?
Turn the electricity off before I die. And then put the track back on. But in a different order to which it was in. And then see how it responds.
Can you reach all the way back there?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Oh, now it's raining. To make it even more interesting.
You're stepping on the bootack, obviously.
Looks like it's rained.
I think you've done it good.
No, it's still stopping. Why is it still stopping there? Make it slow enough that it actually stops and then I can sort it out.
Oh.
Right, that's how you solve it. You get some blue tack. No, it's doing it still. Along the back straight.
Ooh, pardon me. Ooh, I want a race.
You can hear it slowing down and stopping. I'm just gonna leave it running, then we're just gonna like move the track until it starts to work properly. I think the track, the third radius, is actually warped, and it's like less than the third radius now.
Oh. Go on, keep going.
Still got the same issue that's
Oh, that
raised
corner
up,
there.
and it's causing it to not go around. For some unknown reason, the track has to be perfectly flat to the floor.
Well, my track is perfectly flat because mine's on the floor.
Yes, work.
You've got a bit of a beard again.
Okay, that coming to a crawl. Okay, that's dead. That's a good job it stopped. I just slightly touch it with the most minor touch in the world,
She goes.
and it somehow starts.
Oh dear. The weather's changed. It's gone a bit colder in here. Well, I'm glad I've got my cooling pad.
Stop stopping! So badly raised up as well. Has to be, because otherwise it doesn't work. I moved, and I moved, it moved.
Well, I think she sensed your movement, so she answered to it.
I don't understand why where I stand in here.
If I stand here, like it's now started moving again, but how that can affect the table.
Well, trust me, you won't have that problem on my railway.
Now I've got a sleeper in my finger.
Ouch.
Right there, that's doing it. I can't put any more blue tack under this track. May as well just lay the whole thing down with blue tack. Dicey 82 used to do that. But he used to do it
So that it didn't move on his floorboards. But
Oh, right, okay. It's not hay fever this time, it's just the cold weather. Making me sneeze. You still love her, right?
it's not the loco's fault. So can't be honest. It's also because it doesn't run on feedback though, which is the loco's fault. I will say. Right, we sorted that out.
Anything else?
A missile at the railway, hopefully. Don't know.
Well, do you want to put those two away if you're not going to use them?
I'll probably leave the Adams on, to be honest.
Oh.
Leave it there.
Well, still no one's chatted. Still as empty as ever.
People will watch this later on.
Of course, I'm not sure what I'll do for the third post that I'm gonna put up. I'm not gonna put it up yet until I've got the day out with Thomas video out of the way, which is gonna be next Sunday.
God, I can't believe that in 5 weeks, the Hush Hush year, you know, on Christmas, Christmas Day I've had it a year. That's just scary, because it feels like 2 minutes ago that we had it, and we had to send it back, because it had the issues with the front.
Well, yeah, Sam had issues with it too.
And I will say, like, it's like ludicrously stunning, but I know you dislike it because it's an unusual shape. But G2A, I've had that since late October, or was it late November? Late October it was.
Oh, right.
but I only reviewed it in November because I was on holiday when I picked it up. GTA I've had that year. Yeah, I think I've had City Truro. Did I get Truro in 2020? I think I got it in summer 2020. City Truro.
Oh. Before lockdown hit, maybe.
No, it was during. I think it was.
Oh, right.
It was after. You know, was it during lockdown? I think it was during lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
They've had the 9F since then as well. The Lord Nelson I've had since 2019. Might be longer than that. Yeah, I've had a lot of locos a long time now, but it never used to be that big, and now the collection is like 50. No, it's exactly 50. Exactly 50 locos now.
All right. Well, I'm not going any further than 20.
Will be 51 at Christmas, and then if you get the Dinmore for me, that'll then be. Actually, it won't, because there'll be one in, one out, because the old one's going. So.
All right.
It effectively replaces that one. So.
Just as I'm going to replace my Backman Foxcoat Manor with the Dapple one.
That then means that there's not an extra, not an addition, rather than. So basically, we take a loco out and put one in.
Yeah.
But then that loco will then go towards another loco, because I'll Partex it, and then there'll be 52. And then whatever locos I accumulate.
Well,
it would be nice to get. It would be nice to get the collection to 60.
60.
For next Christmas. 60 locos for next Christmas. I haven't got enough room in there for 60. I'll have to get another one.
Oh, no.
I don't see it being long until it's 100.
Oh. Well, what are we going to do about this then? Because we've got nothing running, and
I think we'll
call it a day?
Call it a day, because it's been a nightmare with the track again.
Yeah.
But.
And nobody said anything anyway.
I know, I've not had any requests or anything. But I think it's because people are probably busy. So one of the next videos will be me taking the track up, which I will completely take it up fully, so I can relay it fresh, which probably needs relaying. That's why it's.
Don't forget the snow bit.
Yes, the snow. Because then we'll lay the paper, put the track all the way back down, then put the snow on the winter scene, make it a bit Christmassy. And yeah, basically that's what we'll do. That's going to be in the next couple of week or something. Probably next week, actually. I don't know. It depends when I can get Jack to help as well.
Yeah, well, you can't really do it on your own, can you?
And then whatever else comes along. I'm probably going to review the Southern Coaches when I get a chance.
Of course, don't forget that.
And then, yeah, whatever else comes along. So, there will be a Christmas live stream as well, probably. I'll do a Christmas live stream. Christmas live.
Okay, well. Don't...
If it can be bothered.
Well, I'm going to be uploading on Sundays as usual.
And then I'm going to do a running session with every single locomotive that I bought this year, which is not many, I will say. And that'll be between Christmas and New Year. Then there'll be a New Year update, channel update on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, with all of the, probably at midnight, Happy New Year something or whatever, with just like thank yous, update on the channel, what's coming next year. The rain has just, it's took a turn for the worse as well, but Jesus Christ.
Well, at least it stayed off when you came up for me.
Yeah, I don't think the bastards are going to be moving today.
No.
So, yeah, basically just a bit of an update sort of video that will be when that comes out, and then yeah, whatever I can be bothered with. But this channel's going to be a little bit more active now, because it needs to be.
And so is mine.
Yes, which is good. So, thank you all for watching, and we will see you soon for some more videos. We will be back with a live stream in our meetup live streams in January, because that's the next time you'll be here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we're not doing it over Christmas, because last time it was a disaster. That was partly my fault, but also it was partly the fault of the trains, because they're really unreliable at Christmas. So I won't take full responsibility for that.
No. Well, I
But I
don't-
did buy a car that day and didn't tell you, and I also forgot
That
that
I
you were
was coming
supposed
along.
to be coming, and I forgot that the trains were terrible. So when you said like you were stuck in Liverpool, I still wanted you to come, but I also was like, she's gonna get stuck. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
I am glad I chose to come this month, not next month.
And
I'm not coming in December ever again.
I know. I've
So-
got a lot of stuff on in December then.
Well,
With the car, so because we
just
do
as well,
celebration as well. So. But yeah, anyway, it was a bit too close to Christmas. That was the problem.
yeah.
But anyway, thank you all for watching, and we will see you very soon for some more videos. Goodbye.